Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com and fueled by Brass Tacks Coffee. It's Friday, June 26th. Happy Friday to everybody out there. Did our hot takes earlier and talked about how I think the Jaguars defense is going to be really good. You can go check that video out. But I mentioned I was probably going to make a separate show just about Arik Armstead, and that's what we're doing right here and right now. I'm excited to get into it. I think people need to give Arik Armstead some respect, some well-deserved respect. So that's what we're going to do here today. Really appreciate y'all tuning in, supporting the channel. Love talking Jags football with y'all. If you do enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also let me know how you feel about Arik Armstead in the comment section, and you can hit that hype button if you are so inclined. So I've been talking about how before Arik Armstead suffered a hand injury in week 12, he was one of the most productive interior defenders from a pass rush standpoint in the NFL, bar none. Okay? And I'm not just talking about pressures, because I know everybody gets very frustrated when I talk about pressures here. I'm talking about pressures and sacks. He was second in the NFL among interior defenders through week 12, only behind Leonard Williams, with 41 pressures. At that time, he also had 6 sacks, which was tied for 5th in the NFL among interior defenders. So you had a player who was producing at an extremely high level in a new defense, making impact plays. I mean, it wasn't just like random plays here and there. He was making impact plays that were helping the Jaguars win games late in games. And I'm not going to sit here and say he was like absolutely dominant, but his numbers were excellent. He was helping the Jaguars pass rush. Right? He was, I mean, if you want to go deeper on some of this stuff, where are we at here? He disappeared on me. I was looking at quarterback hits. Let's see. He only had 2 quarterback hits. Hurries, though, he was top of the league in with 33 interior defensive linemen. He was playing really good ball, helping the Jaguars defense in a big way. And then he got his hand injury, and he played through it the rest of the year. And he still had some impressive games. Like, I still, to this day, am so impressed by his performance against the Bills as a run defender. I watched it in real time. The Jaguars defense said, "You are not going to beat us running the football." And the Bills could not run the ball against them. That was so impressive. And Arik Armstead was a big part of that. Now, it just so happened that the Jaguars had a major weakness in the secondary, in Greg Newsome, but it is what it is. I think that they've corrected that with Buster Brown and Travis Hunter. I think that another thing people don't really talk about with Arik Armstead, everybody was crapping on him his entire first year in Jacksonville, right? Everybody was hating on the guy. He wasn't healthy all offseason. He was coming off a knee injury, and he still, I think, had a pretty good year with the Jaguars. The sack numbers in 2024 weren't very good his first year with the Jags, but I think he still played well. And that was on a defense that was just crap. I mean, it was a crap defense. Ryan Nielsen asked everybody to get fat, and the scheme did not mesh with the talent. And some of the talent was really lacking. And Arik Armstead, I think, still had a good year. Last year, he was playing at a Pro Bowl level. I did a show with Gus, I think Gus Logue, like halfway through the year on his channel podcast. And we were talking, it was like, who is looking like they could be a Pro Bowl that's not really getting talked about as a Pro Bowler? It was Arik Armstead. For sure. Like, you look at what he was doing from a pressure standpoint. He had, let's see here. Through those first, 12 weeks of the season, he had 41 pressures when healthy, right? After that, he only had 8 more pressures the rest of the year in What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. His production completely fell off after the injury. And it's understandable. Like him and Trayvon were battling through those hand injuries. It was really unfortunate that both of them had them, but they did. Before that injury, he had played in 11 games. He had 41 pressures, 41 divided by 11. He was averaging basically 4 pressures a game. He was averaging a sack, over half a sack a game for the Jags. He was playing good ball. So yeah, it just kind of fell off from a pass rush standpoint after that. But his run defense was damn good down the stretch. I think he had to settle into kind of a different role, not having the ability to really stack those pass rush moves because of the hand, and just try to plug gaps a little bit more. And I think he did a good job in that regard too. But yeah, so everybody was crapping on him, even though Walter Payton, Man of the Year, played fairly well for a horrible Jaguars defense in 2024, was playing really good ball in 2025 before the injury. And now he is entering his first training camp actually healthy for the Jaguars. He was not healthy last offseason. He was not healthy the offseason before that. He's entering right. He's healthy right now. That's a great spot to be in if you're Arik Armstead, man. And for the Jaguars too. And, you know, so many people talk about how the Jaguars needed more pass rush. Again, I would have liked to have seen one more true veteran pass rusher added to this team. But I do believe their frontline pass rushers, Josh Hines-Allen, Trayvon Walker, Arik Armstead, when all those guys are healthy, that's a really good group. And they did give themselves options at edge behind Trayvon and Josh, options that at least one of them will probably pan out. I mean, Danny Strigo's a good player. BJ Green's a good player. You went and got Wesley Williams and Zach Durfee. So, like, you got options there. And then on the interior, they went and got a backup for Arik Armstead who can rush the passer. Rook Ororo can rush the passer. So I'm excited about seeing Arik Armstead here. He's 32 years old. Most of this year, he'll be 32 years old. He'll turn 33 in November. But I will also say this. For all the kudos and compliments I just gave him, the guy does have a track record of injuries that keep him out for a while. He's been a stellar playoff performer throughout his career. Like, that is the most important thing as well for the Jaguars. Obviously, you need to win enough games to get to the playoffs this year, which I think they will. But having him as a key piece in big games in the playoffs, I think is a good thing to have. So I'm excited to see Arik Armstead this year. I think he's been kind of unfairly judged by a lot of the Jaguars fans around town. And I think he's overlooked in general. So excited to see Arik Armstead this year. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.